Tropical cyclone Alfred has begun its westerly trajectory towards the southeast Queensland coast, likely to make landfall on Friday morning. The system is currently analysed as a Category 2 tropical cyclone sitting over 400 kilometres to the east of Brisbane. We estimate wind gusts to be up to 130 kilometres an hour in the vicinity of that tropical cyclone. Looking at our radar imagery, we can see bands of showers and thunderstorms already starting to wrap around that cyclone system. We've seen fairly moderate rainfall totals in the past 24 hours, but over the coming days, rain will only increase as the system nears. Our tropical cyclone warning extends from Double Island Point down to areas just north of Grafton, and it includes the Sunshine Coast, Brisbane, the Gold Coast and the northern rivers of New South Wales. In these areas, we expect to see gale force winds developing in the next 24 hours. Tropical cyclone Alfred will make a westerly track towards the southeast Queensland coast over the next 2 days, likely to make landfall around sunrise on Friday morning, which is around 6 hours later than we were initially thinking. After the system makes landfall on Friday morning, we are expecting it to rapidly decay back to a Category 1 system and then a tropical low as we move into the weekend and as this system continues to move inland. Now, there are 3 main categories of hazards we want to highlight with this tropical cyclone system: the wind, the rain and the coastal hazards. Let me take you through each of those now and the associated warnings. Starting with the winds, we're already seeing strong winds and damaging wind gusts across the northeast New South Wales and southeast Queensland coasts, and they are expected to increase through today, continuing into tomorrow and Friday. The system will near the coast and bring those stronger winds onshore, with the strongest wind gusts likely close to and to the south of the system as it makes its coastal crossing. Now, we have a severe weather warning current, which flags the risk of damaging to destructive wind gusts across much of southeast Queensland and northeast New South Wales. Not just those coastal areas included in the tropical cyclone warning, but including the southeast Queensland hinterland, the border ranges and the northern ranges of New South Wales as well. Those damaging to destructive wind gusts are likely to push inland as the system makes that crossing, and we could see them particularly through that southern flank of the system. After Tropical Cyclone Alfred makes the coastal crossing though, we are expecting to gradually see a weakening in the winds, although it will remain fairly gusty about that stretch of coast going through the weekend. Now onto our second hazard, rainfall. Rainfall totals over the next 24 hours will be fairly modest, but going into tomorrow, we're likely to see the heavy rain increasing, particularly close to and to the south of the system, really across parts of northeast New South Wales and far southeast Queensland. Now, our severe weather warning also flags the risk of heavy to locally intense rainfall. We could see 6-hourly rainfall totals in excess of 100 millimetres developing, with 24-hour rainfall totals of 200, 300 or even 400 millimetres possible in these warning areas as the system nears and then crosses the coast. However, unlike the wind, we're not expecting the rain to immediately ease back once the system makes that coastal crossing. We may still see the heavy rain continuing through parts of southeast Queensland and northeast New South Wales through Friday and into Saturday as the system moves inland. It's still dragging in significant moisture, feeding into that rainfall across that stretch of coast. In fact, we're unlikely to see a significant easing in the rainfall until later in the weekend going into early next week, when showers and thunderstorms are likely to become a little bit more scattered. In anticipation of that ongoing rainfall risk, we do still have flood watches in place for much of southeast Queensland and northeast New South Wales, and that really flags that potential for riverine flooding ongoing through the weekend and into early next week. Flash flooding is immediate and will occur once the rain is falling, but riverine flooding may continue for several days to come, even after the rain has stopped falling. Our final hazard is the wind and swell heights. Now, we're already seeing waves of 4 to 5 metres across the northeast New South Wales and southeast Queensland coasts over the last few days, and those wave heights are going to increase over the coming days, possibly reaching 6 to 8 metres. Long period swells are also being recorded along this stretch of coast, making for very dangerous conditions out on the water. As the system makes its crossing, we're likely to see wave heights even higher, particularly to the south of that system, impacting parts of northeast New South Wales. The wave heights in the swell will gradually ease back once the system makes its coastal crossing. Damaging surf and abnormally high tides remain a risk across much of that coastal fringe of southeast Queensland and northeast New South Wales. That may lead to coastal erosion and inundation of low-lying areas about the coast, and that risk will persist through the coming days, gradually easing back over the weekend. with wind, rain and coastal hazards all increasing over the next few days as Tropical Cyclone Alfred makes its approach. It is essential to stay up to date with the latest forecasts and warnings via the Bureau's website and via our weather app. Stay safe and we'll catch you in the next update.